No do czasu jak skasowała na zakręcie po pijaku. Powinni odebrać prawo jazdy w takim razie. Z pociągu oglądasz streama? O, miło mi. Ja się chyba opaliłam dzisiaj, naprawdę, bo czuję, że mnie piecze twarz.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the whoresons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Ratte. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself. See you later.
Mówił, że w dwójce komdom. Że w Kingdom Come 2 znalazł Wiedźmina, który siedział na dachu. Tak? Nie wiem, no nie widziałam. No spoilers, kurwa.
Greetings. What business have you? Good luck then.
Ja może sobie poczytam jakieś książki. Cicho, cicho, nic się nie stało. Map. Skryba.
Are there any problems?
Nothing I've heard about.
You wouldn't be Carl.
No. May the Lord watch over.
Myślałam, że mi coś powie.
Jesus Christ. God bless.
Where Carol can be.
Poor wretched me.
O kuźwa, Karol.
I hope I can be of help to you tonight.
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
No,
Yes.
wygląda jak ten, Robin Hood.
But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of...
Co on robi na tej ławce, ten gościu obok?
He won't let me visit the brothel, so instead I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
Let's have a drink.
Zaraz ściszę.
A man after my own heart. The drink's on me. And will my guardian angel here join us in imbibing? No, he
Będzie
will
robił laskę na tyłach.
perish the thought. My dear, dear lad, what a cross I have to bear. You know, after the tavern, we should pay a visit to some whores. But Manfred won't let me. Get rid of him. Good luck to you.
Głośna muzyka.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua.
Better?
I hope I can be of some...
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian.
Indeed I am. Why?
Here you are, and good health.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in
Dobra,
the
jak coś
slightest,
to mówcie.
that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it, why not have a little game?
Farewell.
Ale!
O chuj.
Pull me an ale. One beer.
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
Here, just as you ordered. I'll bring it right away. I'll be right back.
Aha.
No point in pushing it.
Lášťatíček nebo štíček, daj jim pán Bůh nebesa, boždírali staré
what do I
baby,
have to do to get a
natrapáci
drink here?
od neděle do neděle, hraj muziko veselé, gatiska má roztahrné, sláma trčí z prdele.
Where's my ale?
Szkoda, że nie można ukraść komuś kubka do szcząchania. You know what I mean? Jebaniutki. Nie wiem, co on tam miał.
There. Satisfied?
Nice, almost. Dawajcie, próbujcie dalej. Subek ostatnio wleciał. Frekton dostał ode mnie. Suba.
This'll be the one. We'll see.
Hey, where's my ale?
Should
dawaj.
I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Christ, I'll have to get my own ale.
How much longer must I wait? What's the hold up? Hey, ale here!
Not
I'm
afraid
trying.
of anything, eh?
5 i 6 wyleciała.
Here, just as you ordered.
That's it.
Here, just as you ordered.
Now,
Kurwa.
I'm hungry. I'd like a bite to eat.
Enjoy it.
A tanker, dear.
I've only got 2 hands. Here,
I'll have a beer.
Jeszcze 200 muszę zrobić.
here you are. And good health.
shit!
Disgusting.
I've had enough.
And you said you wouldn't drink today.
Silence.
Dobrze się siedzi na tych ławkach, widzę.
Here's a few coins. Have fun. Tomorrow, we're going to the monastery. Is that clear?
Couldn't you give me more? This isn't even enough for a toothless whore.
It's enough for beer.
The first
Good
person
start.
to get it my way is going to get his head smashed in.
Hell yeah.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Got it for you right here.
Dobra.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the lord of your fief.
Shit.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bookover was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Aha.
Why don't you just run away?
Bare-arsed? What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
To może ukradniemy... Dobra. W sumie możemy mu powiedzieć jeszcze.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You could only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ. I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare-arsed? What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to
That's all then.
God be with you.
My pleasure.
Mogę go znokautować? Dobra, najpierw spróbuję go okraść. That was easy.
To the women, God bless them.
Czy tutaj też biją, jak się poruszy temat pole-dwór? Tutaj się wychodzi na pole, więc wiesz. No, can you stop?
I've got what you need. Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the ring.
Coming. Yeah, give me a minute.
Here you are.
Good luck,
Here.
no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone. Farewell.
No, widzisz, jaka
I'd
kochana
like a
baba.
beer.
I've only got 2 hands.
My respects to you. Take care now.
Yep, that's true. Twój. Ważne? To pójdę się przespać. Może.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter. You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone, but he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to
Tak.
read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the
That was-
temptations of this world?
Easy? Tak,
I
tak.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions, or give them to the poor and needy, or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior
Serio
to
mam
arrange
wszystko
matters for your
zostawić?
acceptance. God be with you.
Sprawdzi mnie?
Hey, who's that? Who are you? Hey, you!
A, już wyszłam.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey! Okay. Hey, you've no business here.
No, I have business, wydupcaj. Czy to jest kurwa na dole? Nie wiem. Tu?
What are you doing here? You're up to something.
Tu.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared.
It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Przepraszam. No bo się przyczepił do mnie jakiś, nie wiem, chłop, którego poskładała ta go. Dobra, już, przepraszam. No tak, doznał oświecenia, no. No. Sama się nie spodziewałam.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own.
Jezus. Naprawdę?
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Para! Kurwa! Ja nie wiem, o co chodzi. Co ja mam mówić?
Suscipe me, Domine,
Jakbym siebie widziała.
secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
O, moja tutaj.
Accept your new name, brother Gregor, and wear it with honor.
Owieczki szatańskie.
Welcome.
Grzegorz. Kurwa. Gregor. My. Jestem Grzesiem. Zostań mnichem, achievement.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonio, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and what your duties will be.
O.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
Co tu wybrać? Chciałem zostać mnichem. Klasztor to najłatwiejsza droga, by zyskać wykształcenie. Jestem tu za karę. Możemy porozmawiać o tym później. Co wybieramy? Tu na górze jest. Chciałem zostać mnichem. Na pewno chciał zostać mnichem. Bo nie wiem, czy będę mogła się wrócić później do reszty konwersacji, więc... W sumie ta druga opcja jest dobra. Tak, nie no, nie. Więc albo to drugie, albo pierwsze. Dobra, chciałem zostać mnichem,
Being here
elo.
in the monastery is my dream come true. Being a monk is so exciting.
Well, no one's ever said that before. I'm curious if you'll still be singing the same tune in a month's time.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go.
Antoni.
Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. God be with you.
Pijany. Dobra, już zadupcam.
Come now, I don't want to still be showing you around at midnight. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery. And
Postaram
his
się.
spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict. The Rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did.
Dobra.
I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Duolingo nauczyło mnie słowa strict. Nie wiedziałam, co to znaczy. Tak, nice. Brawo, Jan. Coś mnie nauczyło Duolingo, tak. Aha, to są 2 powroty, nice.
Who would you choose as the new abbot if you could?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into other people's business. You'll sleep better at night.
Kurwa. Gdzie idziesz na 10 minut? Ale myślałam, że mogę tu usiąść. Shit. Nic nie widzę, muszę... O. Aha.
The forbidden books
You
must be
interested in what's
immaculate.
inside? Forbidden books, written by the devil himself. Forget about them.
Okej.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. But I've no time for idle chat. I transcribe books from dawn till dusk. I've been doing it for years and I'll be doing it till the day I die.
What, you do nothing else?
It is my penance and my blessing. And now, brother, if you don't mind, I'd like to get this page finished. What would you like?
I'd like to ask...
Can't you see I'm working?
Myślałam, że mnie jeszcze oprowadzi. No dobra. Czytaj to, coś dał. Dobra. That's your life now. Bracia nowicjusze, niniejszym plan opisuje wasze codzienne zadania, do których jesteście zobowiązani w waszym pierwszym roku życia w klasztorze. Porządek i dyscyplina są kamieniem węgielnym, na którym zbudowano zakon. Wszelkie wykroczenia naruszające ten plan, gdzie użyto wykrzyknik, będą karane formą odosobnienia w celi. O nie! Jeśli potrzebujecie czasu do rozważania, modlitwa i nauka mogą wam zastąpić jedzenie i sen. 3 rano. Początek dnia. Ja jebie. 4. Jutrzenie. Szósta. Wspólny posiłek. 8. Praca w tuażu. Przydzielona przez brata. 12. Praca w bibliotece. O 3 się budzić w ogóle? Co to znaczy jutrzenie? Myślenie o następnym dniu? Ja pierdolę. Praca w bibliotece. Przydzielona przez brata. 16. Seksta? Południowa adoracja. Aha. Przepiję to? Od 16 do 18 ruchanie. O 18 nieszpory i wspólna kolacja. 19. Kompleta. Czas wolny przed spoczynkiem. No tak, no, 2 godzinki. No i idź. 21. Spoczynek i początek ciszy nocnej. Chwała Ojcu, Synowi i Duchowi Świętemu. Ojciec... tak. Czyli o 3 się budzimy, tak? Co kurwa znaczy jutrzenie? Nie mam pojęcia. It's fine. Nie mam wytrychów. God damn it.
Salve Domine.
O, pochodnia mi się przyda. Super, dzieny. Napiję się wina przynajmniej. I'm closed in one place. Dobra. Która jest godzina? Cisza. Zaraz, dobra. Gdzie jest moje spanko?
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask. Can you tell me something about the rule of St. Benedict?
7 centuries ago, Saint Benedict of Nursia wrote a collection of monastic rules, which we still follow today. They're read at every meal. The fundamental precepts are obedience, work, and prayer. We're fully devoted to serving God. The outside world, beyond the monastery walls, is foreign to us.
Do you never want to know what's going on out there?
And what should be going on? The sky is just as blue, and the grass is just as green. Perhaps the rulers change, but the greatest ruler of them all will remain unchanged through the ages.
Tell me something about
prayer, work.
What are the
Well, the abbot is the head, but he's not here now. Then there's the prior and the sub-prior. As a novice, you should be particularly mindful of the circators. They're the ones who maintain discipline and punish bad behavior.
I'm interested.
It was founded by Saint Procopius 500 years ago. After his death, heretics occupied the place for some time. But then the order was restored, and the brothers of the true faith returned.
Heretics, you say?
They wanted to worship God with some foreign rituals, in a language foreign to God. They were driven away, and their books burned.
What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yodok is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskind is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
Can you lead?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and locked tight, so no one can get in or out.
I was there once.
Who would you like to be the new abbot?
The old abbot isn't dead yet. It's too early to talk about elections. But if I had to choose between the two who are already putting themselves forward, John would be my choice.
Who's in charge of things around here?
Abbot Peter is the administrator of the monastery, but you won't see him. He's always travelling, and on top of that, he's old and infirm. Perhaps the good Lord will bless him with many more years of life.
And what happens when the old abbot dies?
Then we elect a new one.
Are there any candidates to be the new abbot?
Yes, there are. Brothers John and Nevlas. Cursed elections. Since the brothers began talking about them, there's only been strife in the monastery. On one side are brothers who'd like to see John as abbot. On the other, those who support Nevlas. And they seem to be capable of fighting about it forever.
Why does it matter so much who wins?
Because the future direction of the monastery hangs in the balance. The younger brothers feel they have to work more than their superior brothers, and that some brothers are more concerned with their own comfort than with worshipping God. The older brothers take a different view. They say the younger monks want privileges they haven't earned, and each side has its own candidate.
I thought politics weren't part of the monastic way of life.
You're right, but we know nothing besides the monastery, and the abbot's decisions can influence our entire life. Some of the brothers take it very personally.
Tell me about John.
John is a circator and the oldest brother here. It would be only natural if he took the crosier from Peter. He has experience, merit, and composure. He'd lead the monastery wisely.
I'd like to know about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He doesn't have the most experience, but his drive and heart are pure, his faith firm, and his ideas rational. Although perhaps he's too keen to change our routines here, which many brothers don't like.
Who's in charge of things?
Abbot Peter is the administrator of the monastery.
And what happens when the old abbot dies?
Then we elect...
Listen, brother, is there anyone in the monastery who can help me get hold of something... well, something that's not so readily available?
I can't help you there. Brother Celerius might.
Ciekawe. Wait a second. Możecie sobie posłuchać muzyki.
A cup of wine makes it all worthwhile.
What troubles?
I'd like to ask...
I've got an itchy feeling on the back of my neck.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
They all know what we do to them.
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
I'm telling you, got an itchy. Someone's been creeping around in the corridor at night. Someone's spying. Am I saying creeping? He was stomping about like a bear.
That must have been Brother Cicada. He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
I'm interested in the other novices. Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
I'd like to ask... Well, that's all.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. What about Yodok?
Be on good terms with him. If you show even the slightest hint you don't like him, he'll make your life hell. He's a slimy little pedant who'll rat you out to the superiors. Once he finishes his novitiate, I imagine he'll want to climb his way up the ladder to at least Sir Cater. He's a man who enjoys ordering others around.
No respect for writing these days. But they'll learn. We were no different.
That's all, thanks.
Talk to me, brother.
I'd like to ask you something about... Who would you like?
Brother Nevlis, there are many things wrong here, and John would leave them as they are.
Okej. Jezu, gdzie tu jest spanie? No bo nie wiem, gdzie mam iść spać, to kur...
I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's table.
I'm not so sure. You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You wouldn't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
Aha.
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit. Quite right, brother. Just sit down and drink with us. When the wine runs out, Yodok will fetch more. Gregor, talk to me.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like?
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
But you're the cicators. You're the ones meant to be keeping order here. How can gambling and drinking be a fitting part of a monk's life?
If you really want to know, see for yourself.
All right. Have it your way.
Gregor, talk.
You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are, but this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty, and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions. But you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help novice Yodok arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him. I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book.
The words mean nothing to me. Ask in the library.
Cześć, Ario.
I'd like to ask you...
Talk to me, brother.
Let's play!
Just the man we've been waiting.
Kurwa, gram w kostki. W klasztorze. Słuchaj, przyjęłam się do klasztoru. Gram w kostki. No dzisiaj cały dzień byłam na polu. Kopałam w ogródku, nawet streamek był. Jestem strasznie zmęczona już. Łatwo.
What's there left to drink? To our fresh young novices, our swift steeds, and our boundless cellars.
Praise be to Christ.
About you and...
Ask me anything you want.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas.
Był, no, z ogrodu.
He's full of hot hair.
Był
How
dzisiaj
anyone could
streamek.
think he'd make a good habit is beyond me. Enough. I don't even
No
want
ty
to
jak
hear
tam,
his
Mario?
name again.
No nie, no rozumiem. Ja też tak wyszło jak wyszło, ale fajnie było sobie posiedzieć i mogliście sobie posłuchać ptaszki.
I'd like to help you if I can.
There is something you could do. I'm convinced Nevlas must have done something that would greatly damage him if everyone found out. If he was preaching water and drinking wine, for example.
So I should dig something up on him and tell you about it?
Exactly. But I doubt you'll have any luck. Nevlas is too cunning and careful to give anything away.
Once I find something out, I'll tell you. I'd like to know what's going...
Well, the young brothers feel they don't have the same rights and responsibilities as we, who have spent much of our lives here. And what of it? Privilege needs to be earned. Nevlas is lying when he says he wants to right wrongs. All he cares about are benefits for himself and his cronies.
Thank you for answering. What?
Dig up some dirt on Nevlas and tell me about it. If he's discredited in front of the others, he has no chance of even standing as a candidate.
Chciałam znaleźć miejsce do spania i znalazłam piwnicę i zaczęłam gadać z gościami. Nawet się napiłam wina i grałam w kości. Typical me. No poszłam chlać, no, taniego wina się napijam. Tylko bardzo się zastanawiam się, gdzie mam spanko, ale... Typical me, no. Bo, czekajcie. Idź do łóżka, no. Where is my kurwa bed? O, i trafiłam tutaj. No, zaniedbuję swoje codzienne obowiązki. Czyli spanie. A, tu! O kurwa, dobra. Dobra, to idę spać. Sen i zapis. Idziemy spać do 3:00, tak? Pobudka jest o 3:00. Tak. No.